Okay, good morning, Coach Williams. Kind of end of the week. Some comments on practice and this week's game, and then we'll take some questions.
I think as a team, we're getting a little more healthier as the time goes, which is good. You want to make sure in Utah, especially with all, the physical play we're going to encounter on Saturday, you want to be healthy. And I think that we're trending in that direction. Tuesday was a really good day of practice. Monday was, it was a lot more mental just because of the lightning. And Wednesday, we came out a little flat, in my opinion, and then the guys picked it up.
Okay, if you have questions, please raise your hand. We'll give everyone a minute to gather. And I see Ryan Abraham. We'll start with you.
Good morning, Donte. What's the challenge playing a team that's coming off a bye week, especially a team that's as physical as Utah is?
Some guys that they have on film that they show earlier in the season, pretty much hasn't played the last game or two for them. So at the same time, I'm sure that they're going to get some guys back and be healthy. And, when you're physical in the trenches, your line and D-line and backers and stuff get a little beat up. So I'm sure that their guys will be fresh and they'll be ready to play. So, I guess that's the biggest challenge. And then at the same time, they pretty much settled in on a quarterback. So I'm pretty sure, he's had 2 weeks to prepare for us and focus for us also.
And just what have you seen from them offensively this year?
Utah's going to do what they do. It's not, they pretty much, they run their offense. They've run the offense for a while. So it's physical play. It's going to be different formations. They put different guys in positions they feel that that can win one-on-one matchup. They use their tight ends really, really well. And, their O-line is going to fire off the ball.
All right, Adam Grossbard.
Hey, Donte, just what do you want to see from the team to feel encouraged about the direction that they're going in and heading into the bye week?
The biggest thing is just being consistent about everything we do. So that's, the biggest thing that I care about is daily progress. It's just making sure that we're not the same team we were yesterday. We're not focused on tomorrow. Just what are we going to do actually today? And making sure we make progress in everything we do, whether that's the way we conduct our business in meetings, whether that's the way we take the field, that's the way we practice. So just everyday progress, going in the right direction.
And the team's lost 2 straight at home. Is that kind of a point of emphasis when you talk to them heading into this game?
No, not at all. You focus on the past, you have no future. So I'm not worried about what's already happened. You can't change that outcome. All you can do is focus on right now to make sure that it's a different outcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And let's go to Shotgun.
Morning, Donte. What impact is Drake London having on the defenses you guys are seeing?
They're having a double and triple team. So that's always an impact because it's freeing up other guys. And it's, making the box a little lighter for the run game. So, it's different ways to incorporate the run into your offense. And right now they're having a double team, Drake, and it's opening up the run game right now, making the box a little lighter. If they do it the other way and try to load the box, then he's getting one-on-one matchups out there. So it's a nightmare either way it goes for opposing defenses.
And what can you guys do to continue the efforts in the run game? The first half of the Oregon State game and then last week, you've had a lot of success. What do you got to do to continue that?
Just call the play. Call the play. Guys execute when the play is called. And, as long as it's execution and we're getting positive yards, I'm sure Graham is going to keep calling. As you saw, he's a guy, everybody thinks pass, but you're starting to see a lot of different things in our offense, whether it's the pistol or different things like that. And he's showing that we can run the football.
Ryan Karchi.
I'd say when you look back at the Colorado performance, what was it that the defensive line was doing especially well? And what about that performance can you use to sort of build off going forward for that group?
The motor. Just never stop it. And we're doing a lot better of setting edges and making sure, we just don't run out of the field. And Big does an amazing job with these guys. More and more guys are getting playing time. Guys are staying a lot fresher. You're not having to wear the guys down and play them the whole game. Just because you have somewhat of a rotation and, he trusts his players and he coaches the hell out of them. So, you can just see the progress of guys who, maybe weren't in the rotation earlier in the season or last year, and just how far they come and the development that he's doing with them.
And I know obviously Drake Jackson has been a pass rushing threat for a while now, but how much better is this defense when you have a second guy that steps up and is really rushing the passer, kind of like Jake Lichtenstein provided in the past game?
I mean, I definitely think we have, a second, a third, and a fourth guy that can rush the quarterback. I mean, Tule, you look at Tule, I mean, he creates havoc. Sometimes one of Drake's sacks was Tule missed the sack first. So, I mean, just different things like that. There's different ways to get involved in the pass rush. So everybody looks at the finished product. But sometimes, you can rush throws and create interceptions. You can tip passes. There's different ways to provide the pass rush. And, credit to those guys right now. They're figuring out different ways to get to the quarterback.
Okay, a reminder, raise your hand if you have a question. Okay, Ryan Abraham.
Hey, Donte, a couple of years ago when Utah came to the Coliseum, Matt Fink, backup quarterback, had a big day. They played a lot of man coverages. Are you kind of expecting that again from Utah because that's just what they do? Or do you think they might mix it up with some zone or roll more people over to cover Drake?
Well, I wasn't here for that game a couple of years ago. All I know is that, Utah at that time, a couple of years ago, because I played against them when I was at a different team. I mean, they had the whole secondary was NFL players. So, I mean, that's just what they did. They're going to match it with what they feel is best for their personnel and, what we do. Because you look at some of their games right now, I mean, they play BYU, predominantly more man and stuff like that, but yet they play Washington State with a lot more zone. So they've shown the, ability to do both things. So we just have to figure out what they're doing against us and, go at them and attack them, whatever that game plan may be for them and for us.
Thank you.
Welcome.
RJ.
Hey, Donte, you've been willing to make changes in practices, big changes, small changes. I'm just curious, do you have any tweaks planned for the Saturday game day routine, or are you pretty happy with how that rolls going into a 5 p.m. kick?
I mean, we made some adjustments just overall, just how we do things even on Friday and Saturday. It used to be Friday. I felt we did a walkthrough and the guys ate dinner at Galen, right? They ate dinner at Galen and then, they had a little bit of free time and they got on a bus and then they went to the hotel and then they had snack. So in my opinion, they never got truly locked in until Saturday. So right now we changed it for this game and going forward, where guys going to do walkthroughs. After the walkthroughs, they're going to take a shower. We're going to get on a bus and go to the hotel. We're going to eat dinner at the hotel as a team. So just little things like that to where I think it's going to help them get focused in on Friday. It's kind of like what we do on away games. Away games, you fly out, have dinner as a team, you focus right away on Friday. I think right now a lot of that focus has been lost because it hasn't started since Saturday. The next thing is like walkthroughs on Saturday. We'll do walkthroughs at a high school in the morning. Instead of doing it like in a lobby or outside in a parking lot, we'll go to a high school, do a walkthrough, just different things like that, just to get the guys up, get them moving around. So we'll continue to tweak things that we feel is best fit for this team to succeed.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Eric McKinney.
Donte, we've seen Josh Jackson flip over offense to defense, and obviously still early for Max Gibbs, but same kind of flip offense defense. How much time do you spend sort of contemplating those moves, and how do they sort of, click on for you as an idea to maybe pursue that?
Well, I mean, we do a lot of things here together as a staff, but at the same time, there's no contemplating. I think, a lot of people sit there and second guess and third guess and fourth guess themselves. I'm not one of those people. Like, if it comes to my mind, I feel it's the right thing to do, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to sit there and go back and forth and be like, should I do this? Should I not? Like, that's indecisive. In this game, you have no time to be indecisive. You have to know what you want to do, have a plan, and you have to apply it and do it. So there's no indecisiveness going on here. It's, I believe in no gray areas, black or white.
Okay, Mark Culkin.
Good morning, Coach. Yesterday after practice, when we were talking with Chase Williams, he made some comments that caught my interest when he was talking about the team continuing to take pride and put in their hearts, staying hungry while at the Coliseum. Where do you think that those feelings are coming from, that he would have to express those kind of concerns playing at home?
Well, maybe just because the last, when you go on the road, it's loud the whole game, and you take pride in making sure the other team's crowd leaves, or they get shushed up a little bit. And lately, the last two road games, guys have left early when we played them, as far as the crowd goes. But at the same time, the last two home games we had, our crowd has left early. So we have to change that mindset. We want to make sure the same way the crowd is when all of a sudden it's that great intro that we do, that crowd is the same way. All of a sudden it's the fourth quarter when it's a minute left on the clock, because they want to celebrate and sing the victory song with us. So that's where he's, I guess, getting that mindset from. But we have to stay hungry. We have to be locked in the whole time, right? You have to get on edge and you have to stay on edge. You can't get on edge and then all of a sudden, because the other team hit you in the mouth, that you lost your edge. It doesn't work that way in football. Right? You have to be willing to put your all into this without any guaranteed success. If you're going to put your all in it just because you want success, you're going to fail.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Ryan Karchi.
Hey, Donte, we saw Tule rushing on the outside or off the edge a little bit more in the last game than he had in previous ones. Is that something you hope to keep trying, or what did you see from him kind of in that position? And is it something you could see him sticking in?
Well, we got a guy that's very, very versatile. So he can line up at nose, he can line up in 3-tech, he can line up as a 5, he can line up outside, he can stand up. So when you have someone that's very versatile, it makes the other offense have to game plan and scheme for that particular player. And, on the edge, everybody, thinks pass rush, but he also can set edges. So when you got a team that's a stretch type team and the whole O-line is running, he can actually anchor and set an edge to where they can't move him. So that's, that in itself is a little different. But at the same time, you see everybody thinks the outside guy is the pass rusher. You look at somebody like Aaron Donald in the NFL, he's led the NFL in sacks from being an interior defensive lineman. So, that's a little different. So Tule provides that versatility where you can line up anywhere on the D-line. And like I say, credit to Coach Big and credit to the defensive staff of figuring out what's best fit for him in that particular game.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Okay, Coach, I don't see any more questions, so we'll end it there. We appreciate you taking the time with all of us. Media, thank you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you at the game at 5 o'clock. Again, Carson Palmer will be honored during that game, and we'll be on the field pregame. So thanks, and have a great day.
Thank you. Fight on.